In terms of Akira Toriyama, I believe his original creation of Uub was just handled without care later on. Uub was introduced in the 28th World Tournament in Dragon Ball Z. He's a kid from a tropical island and had come to win the prize money to help his starving poor family. Already the sympathy card had been played, and we were already on Uub's side. To top it off, he looks innocent and very likable too, because when he got mad, boy did he show it. The contrast was great, and just what a character like Uub with a pure heart needed. Goku knew deep down that there is a special fighter at that tournament, and he expected to meet him at some point. To which Goku asks Majin Buu to fix the draw so he can face Uub. To which, during the fight, Goku brings out Uub's potential somewhat, making him mad, and as such, an attack forces Goku's arm feeling to be sent to the next dimension. Goku knew Uub was the one, and the story was telling us all that he was the future too. Uub was incredibly strong at even this point. Going into GT 5 years after Goku and Uub leave, in our heads we are expecting something great to come out of it. And behold, first episode in, Goku and Uub finish their battle in the lookout, and we get a huge first impression that Uub has completed his training and possibly, just possibly, on his way to being Goku's successor once and for all. As we know, Goku was getting much older, and Uub was still fresh and had a whole life ahead of him. We enter GT and go into the Black Star Space Adventure, you know, the critically important job of retrieving the Dragon Balls before Earth explodes. It would have been an ample opportunity to give Uub his first big adventure on screen, with Goku or not. It would have been a perfect mission for Uub to prove himself as the future protector of Earth, but no, what happens? He flies away off the lookout and is not seen until 30 odd episodes later when Baby starts attacking Earth. But it's okay, right? Uub is back now, the future protector of Earth, the prodigy, where Goku and everyone else failed against Baby. Uub is the last line of defense. This is his moment. Finally! Goku's student now squaring up to Baby, and my goodness, on his own, with no transformations, he is actually doing okay. Incredible! This is a Baby Vegeta who is 2 forms higher than he was when he sent Super Saiyan 3 Goku into the dirt. Uub is incredible. Does this give Uub a chance for his character to be developed further? Absolutely. Enter Majin Buu. After attempting to help Uub against Baby Vegeta, the 2 good guys find themselves knocked down, have a little conversation, and this is probably where the greatest character story took place. A story which was like poetry, which was so fitting and iconic to the whole character of Uub and Majin Buu. By having Uub and Majin Buu, their essences actually become one. Uub and Buu, Buu and Uub, it was so fitting, fusing the history, skills and power of these 2 huge names and prodigies. When they merged and became what many people like to call Majoob or Majin Uub, that doesn't even make sense. Uub is still fine, but when we saw this Uub rising out from the dirt and ignited his aura, at this point, I felt good. I felt a ton of hope for Dragon Ball and the forces of good once again. I felt hope for Uub's character. This moment with Uub appearing in all his glory, stronger than ever, the 2 combined, it made me feel like the writers were doing something right in the character development department. And he looked awesome. His design was so fresh and awesome to look at. He was jacked. He looked serious. He looked like a warrior and also mystical. It was unique. And after Goku fell against Baby, this seemed so right for Uub to now step in and win this damn thing once and for all in the first big arc, showing his master and us fans that he is worthy, that he is the chosen one of Dragon Ball. But was he? They had Uub rise up and show a moment's dominance over Baby Vegeta, only for Baby to overpower Uub's own beam and turn Uub into chocolate. It led to power almost rivaling Super Baby 2. That's an incredible power-up. This also led to Majin Uub purposely getting absorbed so he could help from within, which indeed allowed Goku to go full Power Saiyan 4 later on. So that would have ended with Majin Buu plus Uub on a high note, finishing with purpose if that was the intention of the whole show. But I'm going to go more into that and that continuation later on of how the full picture wasted him in that. The writers of GT cared so much about Buu that in episode 41, Curtain Call, Uub was going to knock Hercule's ass out, but Buu stopped Uub from within. Buu saved Hercule so he can continue being the people's champ, because if Hercule was sad, Buu was sad. That entire episode was mostly about Hercule and who the next champ would be, and the show clearly portrays that the writers still cared about the relationship between Buu and Hercule. It's a shame they didn't continue Buu's Z to GT legacy with Uub as a valuable successor. Buu, however, I liked him in GT even if his appearance was short. Same with most characters in GT. Just because they weren't used much doesn't mean they were devalued. The prodigy had fallen to the ranks of Goten and Trunks, actually probably less than even them now, even when they were defused, because in the Super 17 saga, we have Uub, who rightfully should be the second strongest next to Super Saiyan 4 Goku. He takes on Super 17 and punches and kicks at him, where Super 17 doesn't even move, making it look like Uub is the Krillin when Krillin tried to attack Cell. It was so pathetic. In just one arc, Uub had gone from the Chosen One to Chosen Bum. He fights off a few dead villains, but it's nothing special. By this point, nobody cares about Uub. Let's fast forward to the Shadow Dragon saga, and maybe, just maybe, Uub can finally redeem himself in the final chapters. You know, to make up for the despicable first run the Chosen One had. Even if not redeeming himself, at least reclaiming whatever dignity he has left. So Goku gets beats up by Sin, and Uub comes dashing in along with Goten, Trunks, and Gohan, whatever. Uub's only purpose here is to stall Shenron so Goku can charge up. The only exciting thing left for Uub at this point is to just see how far they can bury him into the ground. And by Kami, did they do just that here. After being manhandled by Shenron and later witnesses Goku and Vegeta fusing, Uub lowers himself with no more dignity left, no more faith in himself, and begs, pleads to the likes of Goten, Trunks, if he can fuse with them so he can get even stronger. And the faces of Goten, Trunks, and the others said it all. The fact the writers made Uub crawl up to the others, for the only way to make him relevant is by fusing, was such a cruel decision and completely stole the last bit of respect and dignity from the character. From there, Uub had finally hit rock bottom. There was no coming back from this. And the fact that Goten and Trunks refused to fuse with Uub, the power of Uub, refused it, yes, just goes to show how much Uub had fallen. Goten, the guy who didn't give a shit about fighting anymore, and now he basically steps on Uub's request like he's better than Uub. Nobody cares about you anymore, Uub. You're done. You're a spare part. Your big moment is gone. Uub could have been something great. He should have been. He deserved to be. You could have done so much with him. Learning from Roshi, going through some similar paths to Goku in his training, nostalgia and future storytelling in one, with Uub's own twists on it. A character with so much potential, so many abilities, and a top-notch background in history.